Let's try that again. That one was entirely my fault. First of all, can you hear me better now? The audio should be fixed. I checked it. It should be okay. There's still an echo. Echo still? This is the weirdest. Hang on. Because I do not hear an echo when I check the audio and I get it to play back in my headphones. Still a delay. That's the weirdest thing. Because I haven't changed anything. Hang on, let me... Because it would be hilarious if I just needed to update OBS, right? In fact, since you guys are actively hearing it, I'm going to do something completely insane and listen to it right now. Has it stopped? Is it better now? Maybe not. Nope. This is hilarious. Hang on. Because I still do not hear it in my headphones. Let me check one more time. See, I don't hear any kind of echo, but I think the only way I could possibly troubleshoot this is if I dipped out of the stream again without closing the stream proper, mind you. Yeah, no, I really can't hear it. Okay. Because the whole reason the stream ended last time was because I stopped streaming on YouTube and not in OBS, so it just killed the entire stream, and I had to send you guys a new link. But right now... Oh, that actually is a good idea. Thank you, Blue. I could pull up the stream on my phone and see if I can hear it from there. But there's like no way. Welcome to the troubleshooting hour, evidently. I have no way to address it, especially if... Well, one, I can't hear it, but two... Let me see if I can hear it on my phone, which I will spare you guys the audio of that. So, hold on. I'm going to mute my own mic so you don't have to hear some kind of, absolutely abominable echo. Hold on. Hilarious that I can't even navigate to my own. Here we are. Well, I definitely heard it on the stream. That is weird. Do I have two mics open? I really don't. But just to be funny, I'm going to remove this. Is it just one voice now? Yeah? What in the entire heckin' heck? That did not happen for any of the reactions that I posted over the weekend, and I had the same thing up. So who knows? Good Lord. That just decided to be a problem. That was not a problem earlier on. Thank you for saying the double mic thing. I would have forgotten about this weird, boring technical thing that I did over the weekend. Lord. All right. Anyway, why the heck are we here? That's right. Things are happening over in Erha Volume 8 that we are here to talk about. Now that you can only hear one of me. So, to start, Morun went full carry on everybody. And I can't say that I feel bad for them. Really? Not really, because what do you expect? I know I had to have said this before, but it's like, what do people expect when someone is provoked and abused? Like, what is, I don't understand the lapse in logic. I thought we all understood the thing about humanity, that you can only push any person so far before they snap. And yet, all of these bullies and just abusers and pieces of shit don't seem to understand this. So, of course, Morun burned the whole thing to the ground and killed everyone inside. How old was he when this happened? Can somebody remind me? What was he, like, 15? 14? 14. Who had been abused since forever by somebody, if not just the greater public at large. What are we, like? Yes, of course. He laid waste to everyone in violent fashion. The fact that he was able to, you know, without certain fucking flowers being planted in his heart, the fact that he was able to heal the way that he has says something about his character. And not like fictional character, I mean like a person's character, you know? Says something about his character. That says something about him that is actually deeply admirable. Because he could have just laid waste to everyone and everything a la Taishanjin on a massive scale, and it would have made psychological sense. But he literally needed magic cast on him to get him there. I'm angry for him. I read in graphic detail how he killed everybody in there and set fire to them, and I'm still angry for him. Also, what a way to have kind of the core principles of the series up until now still, for lack of a better word, like matter in a tangible way. To be like, yes, he had this flower planted in him that was essentially solely responsible for the reason why he went on to burn the world down. Which, exhumes is not the word I need. Exonerates, which exonerates him from culpability. And yet, all of the messages that we've seen and all of the thematic things that we've dealt with about somebody doing something awful and then healing from it still applies. Because even though you could make a really good argument as to why him burning the whole place to the ground and killing everyone inside was at minimum understandable, if not entirely fucking justified. Like, it's still, you can still have all of that now in a way that directly affects the character that we've been talking about, healing, redemption, and all of that with. Very clever of her, really. Yeah, Blue, all he wanted was to be good and have some food. He was pretty content with just one flatbread per day and being treated like less than a dog, but then they kept pushing. He doesn't even ask for much. He actually asks for less than any given person deserves, because he grew up on the streets and that's just how he was treated. That was society's messaging that he got, was that you get scraps and you be grateful for scraps and you feel lucky and fortunate and you be okay with scraps. I'm on fuego on his behalf to say nothing, no pun intended, to say nothing of him shattering his core to save everyone, up to and including the people who had been prosecuting him and persecuting him, really. Yeah. All right. Like, see, he's just as good as Chu Xun, just in a different way, or rather it surfaces in a different way sometimes. Different personalities, different, different vibes and all of that. But he is just as good. Case in point being that Chu Xun shattered his core to try to save everybody. And now Run has done the same. Thematically, makes all the fucking sense in the world. Literally, and like plot-wise, I'm asking a really horrifying question with it, which is, why was it important to Shimei that he shatter his core? Is it just to make him do what Chu Xun did in the OG timeline? Is it just like a revenge thing? Probably not, because Shimei has like a million different evil plots going at once, and several reasons for any given thing he says, to the point where there's literally multiple of him now, which we'll also get to in a second. But like, why did he, was it just revenge because that's what you made Chu Xun have to do? Was it also, though, I need you weaker in order to do XYZ, so just say I'm going to weaken an important player so that I can continue to do evil, and which will increase the odds of my success? Or a secret third thing? Like, what? Now that he has a shattered core, what specifically does that mean he can no longer do? Aside from the obvious, he can't, like, kick as much ass now. I don't know. Because there's still a lot of things that you can do with a shattered core, although it is obviously much less. Resist spells. Peach, hang on. Resist spells. Yeah, with a shattered core, he can't resist spells, right? Do you think, would Shimei be trying to try the flower again Or is that insane? Liv says, I hate every implication, and it's true. There are a lot of options, and all of them suck. Oh, yeah, and Liv also said, isn't he just mortal? That's true. Can't be immortal with a shattered core. Oh, right, Selfie, thank you. Yeah, Selfie and Cosmic, you can't put the flower in the same person twice. I remember that now. Thank you for reminding me. Fujin 06X asks a good question. Can you put it back together and put it in Taishanjin? Putting a flower in the Taishanjin? I think that, wouldn't that fall under the same person twice thing, ironically? Ninin, a commoner as described in the text. That's right. This also, like, plummets his overall standing. Oh, yes. Love brings up the whole, Morun aspect of, if I could, I too would have wanted to be Chu Waning. That's what Morun said. If he was given a choice, he too would do good. Yes, of course, exactly. And he has now fulfilled that goal. I mean, arguably, you could say that he had gotten there before this, but if he hadn't have gotten there before this, it would be like now. Like, he directly did this for the same reasons that Chu Waning did. Will Morun ever think that? No. Which is deeply sad. Oh, Zarim, the core, not the flower. Oh, talking about putting the core in Taishanjin. That would suck. That would be bad. Oh, wait, Liv. You ever think of the fact Chu Waning could have ascended to godhood if he didn't love humanity more? I forgot about that. That reminds me of just that general bit of knowledge that all of the people who should be leaders don't want leadership. 90% of the people who should be leaders don't want leadership. Blue! Him not thinking that he's good enough. The gays need to stop being exactly the same. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Yeah. I too come from a society that inherently devalues me on several fronts, actually. It is kind of a wonder that, you know, more queer people aren't just Taishanjin. Actually, there was an amazing quote from a really stunning video from, God, I think it was sometime during it was either the beginning of Black Lives Matter or there was like a couple of years later when there was more protests. But there's this incredible video of a woman who basically wraps up all of these completely fucking accurate statements with, you're really lucky that we want like equality and not revenge. I'm obviously paraphrasing. Which then reminds me of the most banger line in any Disney movie, which was A Bug's Life, coming from the villain who said that they outnumber us 100 to 1, and if they ever figure that out, we're screwed. Oh, Peach, all of the gays loving everything but themselves. Those fools. We know, but hey. Ow. Y'all have way too many entirely accurate observations today. Oh, God, love. Yeah, also Moran in his heart saying, please don't hate me. I really, really loved you. Please don't hate me. To Shui Jingyang and Shui Mong and Madame Wong. Yeah. He just wants to be loved. It's really that simple. He's no different from anyone else on the planet. But no. He had to be literally weaponized. There's probably something about radicalization in there. And also, Maria, see, it's the observations with you guys today. Moran still doesn't know about the flower. Let us not forget that Moran still doesn't know about the flower. He has no idea. None. And there are volumes left. We're actually finishing volume 8 today. So there's 3 volumes left. And he has no idea about this flower. I realize we only learned about the flower fairly recently, but hey, he doesn't know about the flower. Can he find out about the flower, please? I need him to have a more accurate picture of himself. Peach coming in with more deeply accurate observations. Said, guys, I think Moran is gay. You might be onto something. Brutal. Yeah. Peach, Chu Xun will tell him, yeah, if we can ever get them in the same place at the same time without, there being a hole in the sky or something, that would be great. Would love that. Actually, that'd be really fucking interesting. Can I tell you how excited I am about a reunion? Given what Moran doesn't know, but what we now know about Moran, and what Chu Xun knows about Moran, and what Chu Xun knows about everything, and now Moran has a shattered core. Like, what does that reunion look like? And I would like for them to be reunited with Chu Xun. How do I put this? In one piece, if you know what I'm saying. There's 2 Shimei's and a Taishan Jun running around. I'm anxious. Liv says, I feel that Chu Xun loves both Taishan Jun and Moran, though, which, true, considering that, in a sense, they are one and the same. And I think Chu Xun, knowing what he knows about Taishan Jun, has a similar effect as it does on the reader. That's like that's a vast difference than our understanding of Taishan Jun up until the point where we found out about the flower. So it makes total sense that Chu Xun would be out here feeling some type of way about any iteration of Moran. And Taishan Jun engenders a shit ton of sympathy. So, understandable. However, Taishan Jun, so far, they have been kind of giving indications, very small ones, that potentially Taishan Jun can be, if not healed to one degree or another, then, I don't know, eased, for lack of a better word? Reined in doesn't feel like the right word either. Tempered, maybe a little bit? Especially if we're going with the thematic principle that Chu Xun just kind of is a universal healing element. Although if that were true, then Chu Xun would have been. Well, no, because Chu Xun was not in a good environment, Chu Wanning notwithstanding. So I think it's the combination of being in a better environment and having Chu Wanning that gives Chu Xun the slightest chance. Maybe. Oh my God, it is. It's 3 p.m. Thank you so much. We started late, so that got my clock entirely off. Let's go finish volume 8, shall we? I'll be over there in a second. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties today, but thank you for helping me figure it out. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. I love you guys very much. You guys got to stop being so observational. I don't think that was the right word to use, but I'll hop on over there and we'll get started on volume 8. We'll finish volume 8. Alrighty? I'll see you in a second.